Good morning. Since last night, our outstanding team of first responders and utility resources have been working tirelessly to complete Phase 1 of our recovery efforts here in the Merrimack Valley. We're pleased to report that they have made tremendous progress, and residents in North Andover, Andover, and Lawrence may return to their homes. Phase 1 of this recovery effort contained 2 steps. First, teams assessed the nearly 8,600 meters that were impacted by the gas incident, turned them off, and safely cleared the home for any gas detection. As of 6:30 a.m. this morning, all impacted homes have been safely cleared of gas. The second step of Phase 1 is to safely restore electric power. As of 6:30 a.m., over 15,000 residents have had their power restored, and nearly 100% will have their power restored shortly. This leaves a small percentage of homes that still need to be re-energized, but our teams are working as we speak and have resources on the ground to finish the job. After 3 nights of being displaced from their homes, I want to wholeheartedly thank the members of our police and fire departments who have worked non-stop, and our utility companies, which are from all over the country, who are making these impacted homes safe. It's been a difficult and grueling weekend for the residents of Andover, North Andover, and Lawrence. I often say the people of Massachusetts are resilient, and this devastating situation is no exception. I want to thank everyone for their patience and for following the instructions from state and local officials with respect to safety. And thank you to everyone who has supported a neighbor, a family member, or a friend to offer a place to stay, a bite to eat, and some comfort for the displaced families over the past few days. The explosions that occurred on Thursday night have brought heartbreak for numerous families and the loss of one young life. After spending some time visiting shelters in the local hospital, it's evident to me and to all of us, the Merrimack Valley and the residents of our state are being as supportive as they can be and as kind as they can be to one another during this most difficult time. We still have a very long way to go, but we're very happy that people can return to their homes this morning. There will also be 120 representatives from the utilities out in the neighborhoods in the 3 communities to assist with any questions people may have as they do return home. I said this yesterday, I'm going to say it again. When people return home, we ask that they are vigilant and take notice of any damage that may have occurred during the incident. Yesterday, there were some reported incidents where people have called their fire departments after noticing damages to gas appliances. If you notice any fire-related damage to an appliance or a gas heating system, call 911, and if you smell gas, get outside your house or your apartment and call 911. Police and fire resources will be standing by in all communities to quickly respond if anyone needs help. We are obviously extremely grateful for the hard work of everyone who has made this moment this morning possible. Eversource has done a terrific job of coordinating this operation with Columbia Gas and National Grid. National Grid has been a strong partner to coordinate the return of electricity to the impacted homes. We've said all along this is not going to be a simple process, and while we've made significant progress on Phase 1, there are still 2 major phases in recovery efforts to go. In Phase 2 will consist of assessing the damage to the low-pressure gas system in the area. And Phase 3 will consist of qualified experts inspecting every piece of equipment from the meter where the gas enters the building, as well as the equipment throughout the building that distributes gas to all the appliances. And I'm going to remind people once again, even if you're back in your home, please do not turn on gas yourself, even if your home has been safe to return to. We've also been working closely with the Red Cross and other providers to make people as comfortable as possible during this tough time at the locally run shelters. Last night, we announced that a Recovery Resource Center will open in Lawrence today at 1 p.m. to help the residents who were affected by Thursday's incident. The center will be located at the Arlington Middle School in Lawrence, where the existing emergency shelter is now located. The Recovery Resource Center will be staffed by the Red Cross, Salvation Army, and other disaster relief organizations, as well as representatives from state agencies, including the Department of Transitional Assistance, the Department of Housing and Community Development, the Department of Children and Families, the Department of Mental Health, the Registry of Motor Vehicles, and the Division of Insurance. We've also heard from a lot of people who want to help out and make donations. We encourage them to donate to the Lawrence Emergency Fund. That fund already has $100,000 in it, which is terrific, but there is clearly more to do. I want to thank again our first responders who have come from all over the Commonwealth and southern New Hampshire to help the communities of Andover, North Andover, and Lawrence. And I want to give officials from other communities, as well as some of our emergency management folks and the folks from Eversource, a chance to build on some of these updates. Mayor Rivera.
I also want to thank the hard work of the men and women of the Lawrence Police Department, Lawrence Fire Department, and all the North Andover and Andover Fire Department, North Andover and Andover Police Department, and all the members of NEMLEC, police officers far and wide, firefighters far and wide that came to support our community. This has been a very difficult time for people who live in Lawrence Andover, North Andover, and to see the support that we've gotten from those people, those men and women in those different departments, has been heartwarming. An often forgot but very important crew, people who've done a lot of work, is our Department of Public Works in all three communities. They lit the intersections when there was no light. They moved barriers where we needed them to keep people away from hazards. And I think the Department of Public Works across all three communities really showed how great a team they are. Again, this has been a very difficult time, and I think that as folks begin to go home, they're going to find that they're happy to be home, but it's not going to be the home that they thought they were going to go back into, so we're just managing some expectation. People are ready to go home, and I think as we opened up all the entryways into the city, all the roadblocks have been cleared, the people are doing that now. Please be patient. Be patient with phase 2 of this project, be patient with phase 3. Just know that the team that's been on top of the utilities and the utility team will continue to be on top of them throughout the next phases, ensuring that the best interests of the communities affected in mind. Please be careful. It may be your home. You're not going to have gas. You're going to have issues. Just be careful. Be careful getting into your homes. Be careful transporting towards your home. Be patient with one another. It's not going to be an easy trek. You'll get home soon. You've been away for a while. Just a couple more hours, and you'll be right back where you want to be. I'm glad the governor talked about it's a long way to go. It's going to be a complicated process to get you back to normalcy, but normalcy should be the goal. People at we will have the shelter open. We are gonna after some time today, maybe until late in the afternoon or early evening, we're gonna keep both open until we collapse into one to get the people who are permanently homeless into one location. That way we can start focusing on them and their needs, with the hopes at some point we may even be going to hotel rooms for those people. When you go home and you find that you have things that have been broken, or you spent money to keep yourself housed, to keep yourself fed, you have to throw away the last week's groceries, please keep a list of those items. This is very important as you go forward and you go through the claims process with insurance, for your personal insurance, for your homeowner's insurance, for your insurance with Columbia Gas. All those claims are going to want to see those things. Please keep a record as you go along your day. Childcare, lost wages, lost food. all those things that you spent in the last couple of days to keep yourself, and your family well, we want to make sure you keep a list of those things. I ask that of the community, but I want the utilities and everyone else doing this work to know that this recovery, this last leg of the recovery, cannot be driven by bureaucracy. We're going to be looking for everyone to continue to work hard and to meet the needs of the people that need them, and not ask those people to provide more paperwork, to provide things in triplicate, and to be basically at the beck and call of the bureaucracy. The moment that I see that happening, I will bring people to account on that matter. This is not a time to make sure that we have 3 copies of every document. Along those lines, there's going to be that claim center today. I'm calling again on Columbia Gas and all those people that are in those claim centers to make sure that the claim process is liberal and thoughtful and not driven by a cold and heartless process. Just a bit of housekeeping. Tomorrow there will be trash pickup in South Lawrence. There will be trash pickup in South Lawrence tomorrow, and it doesn't have to be just the blue tote full. If you have more than that, I would suggest you put the trash out in the morning so you can put just trash on the ground. Trash bags full of stuff on the ground. We will take everything that you put out. Please recycle. It matters. We'll take all the recycling too, but the idea is if you go home and you have 2 blue barrels full of stuff, you only have 1 blue barrel, we'll take them. But just make sure, if you can, to recycle. 211 still exists. Please call if you have any questions. 911 with emergencies. Tomorrow City Hall will be open and fully functioning, and so all the needs that you might have, those numbers will be coming online tomorrow. The last 2 things I want to say is I always people always expect that government is not always on step with the needs and expectations of people, and can never really execute. And I've been very proud to be part of this group of people who came together as part of government to make a disaster a little less hard on people, and not just everyone who's standing behind us, but people in the communities in Lawrence, North Andover, and Andover, who taxpayers pay their wages and their salaries to do a good job. And as far as I'm concerned, these days have shown the best a civil service can show. I made a big deal 2 days ago about the conduct of the people running the recovery effort, and again, I got to tell you that the incredible effort done by Evershore that we had 8,570 houses to clear of gas, and they did that in a very short time. We had to get 17,895 people up on electricity, and and by 8 or 9 o'clock today, it's going to be 100% of those people. So I just want you to see the sheer magnitude of the work they had to do, and the way they did it was very professional and thoughtful. And I wanted to give them my thanks. And lastly, people have been very generous. And when we usually have issues like this, it's really hard to come up with cash because it's mostly stuff out of people's hands. And so the fact that we were able to raise $100,000 in 2 days is heartwarming. It makes us very thankful. It makes us feel special that people out there care about us. That the Red Sox were taking cash donations at the games, that stuff is really great. So I just want to say, the more that can continue, trust us, we will do right by that money and by your support. You're not going to hear about craziness with that type of support. We will not allow it. And lastly, on a Saturday night, we usually have a significant level of crime. And yesterday we had more crime than we had less crime. We had less crime than we usually have on a weekend. Thank you. I always finish crazy, so I always forget to say it in Spanish. Primero quiero dar las gracias a los equipos que han trabajado, los policías, los bomberos, o los trabajadores de Departamento de Obra Pública. Ellos han hecho un gran trabajo y han hecho, se esperaba en tiempos que no había luz, ellos salieron y aseguraron que había luz en las calles donde no había luz. Un grupo de personas en Lawrence, Andover, North Andover, que no han hecho, que no usualmente se le habla, pero los departamentos de obra pública se han fajado en este tiempo, y para mí han hecho la diferencia. Yo sé que todo el mundo está preparado para irse a la casa, pero tenemos que coger este proceso con paciencia, ser en mente que es peligroso, y coger un chin de paz y calma para regresar a sus casas. Los shelters van a estar abiertos todavía y van a tener autobuses allá. Si tú no tienes un carro para regresar a tu casa, le vamos a proveer eso. Tenemos muchos que hacer, porque tenemos casas que están que van a regresar, y tú vas a creer que va a regresar a tu hogar como tú lo dejaste, pero realmente va a encontrar una casa que va a tener electricidad pero no va a tener gas, y vamos a encontrar rápidamente que tú vas a tener otras necesidades. Eso es bien importante, que cuando tú pases por tu casa, que cojo lo suave, tener en mente que es un poquito peligroso, pero que si coge calma, lo puede hacer sin problema. Este proceso tiene que ser hecho de una manera que la humanidad, más que nada, tiene que ir atrás de todo lo que se hace. No podemos dar y traer un nivel de seguridad a todas las personas que lleguen a su casa, pero la burocracia no puede ser que maneja este proceso. Tiene que ser los corazones y los hechos de la gente que están haciendo este trabajo. Yo hago un llamado a la compañía de gas, a la compañía de electricidad, que cuando están haciendo su proceso, que no actúen de una manera fría y sin corazón, que lo hagan esperando que pueden manejar la necesidad de la humanidad primero que la necesidad de la burocracia. Esta tarde van a tener otra vez el centro de reclame en la escuela high school, y espero que el proceso de reclamar lo que se ha perdido será liberal y será uno que es hecho por el corazón. Y en ese meta le digo a todo el mundo que cuando regresen a su casa, que hagan un detalle, una lista de todas las cosas que se han perdido. Si se ha perdido comida, perdiste tiempo en tu trabajo, tenías que pagar extra, más cuidado para los muchachos, todas esas cosas, un listado de todas esas cosas. Se rompió algo porque había una explosión, si gastaste dinero en hotel, todo es un listado para asegurar que cuando hace el reclame vas a reclamarle al seguro de tu casa, al seguro personal, al seguro de la compañía de gas, que tiene todos esos listados. Yo me quejé el otro día del proceso que estaba haciendo, el que estaba corriendo el proceso del desastre, y las personas que ponieron en charge, ellos han hecho un gran trabajo en estos días, y lo dije los números, que habían 8.500 personas que estaban afectadas y tenían que tocar en 8.500 puertas, y lo hicieron en muy poco tiempo, y aseguraron que todas esas puertas estaban abiertas y asegurado que no había gas adentro. Había como 17.800 personas que no tenían electricidad, y ellos también casi por las 9 de esta tarde, por las 9 de esta mañana van a tener todas esas personas con electricidad. El trabajo que se ha hecho es tan grande, y usualmente la gente piensa que la gente que trabajan por el gobierno son como cheque y vagos y no hacen lo que tienen que hacer. Pero yo estoy honorado y estoy alegre y con un gran orgullo que tengo, un gran orgullo de ser parte de este equipo de gente que la gente que paga impuestos esperan de nosotros un gran esfuerzo y un gran trabajo, y se ha hecho. La gente que está atrás de mí, la gente en las comunidades de Lawrence, Andover, North Andover, que son trabajadores de la ciudad, que realmente dieron todo lo posible para arreglar lo que están haciendo. y anoche me di cuenta que la Media Roja, en los juegos que estamos jugando este fin de semana, estaban preguntando por donaciones para nuestra comunidad. Eso y la hecho que nosotros recibimos ya en 2 días $100,000 en donaciones para la gente que están afectados, para mí me llena con emoción, y como vieron ahorita me puse a llorar. Mira, eso no llorar porque estoy medio cosas raras, pero es que nosotros con tanta necesidad nos encontramos en una posición de tantas personas, dar tanto para nosotros, que tenemos que darle las gracias a todos. Estamos en un proceso, cuando regresen a su casa, de hacerlo de una manera que no haya más problemas. Pero recuerden, si encuentran problemas, 911 para emergencia y 211 para preguntas que tengan con el proceso que tenemos ahora. We will be updating the Lawrence, cityoflawrence.com/emergency, gas emergency, I'm sorry. cityoflawrence.com/gas emergency. We will be updating that with information as the day goes on. Todo el día vamos estando en la red, cityoflawrence.com, emergencia de gas. Vayan a esa página, nosotros vamos a estar dando más información cada día. Gracias.
Good morning, I'm Peter Ostrowski, State Fire Marshal. On behalf of these communities and their public safety agencies, we just want to remind people as they return to their homes to keep safety in mind. Without gas, you may not have heat, hot water, or be able to cook. If you use a grill to cook, use it 10 feet away from the house. Grills cannot be used on a porch or inside the house. We want to remind folks to use extension cords safely. Do not overload circuits. Always plug space heaters or other appliances that you may need to replace gas appliances with during this emergency directly into wall outlets. Make sure that your smoke and CO alarms are working. After the extended power outage, they may need battery replacements or refreshing, so please make sure that your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms are working. If you smell gas, get outside and call 911. There is the potential for damage to gas appliances, and damage has been discovered upon return in some cases. So we ask you to, again, be vigilant and call 911 if you discover any fire damage that you were unaware of before. Mayor Rivera is going to return and speak to those same issues for us.
Otra vez, como lo que pasó el jueves, un asunto que era bien peligroso y había pérdida de vida y muchas personas heridas. Es bien importante que el jefe de bomberos del estado nos están dando detalles cómo proseguir cuando regresamos a nuestra casa. Primero que nada, si todas las personas que estaban afectadas en el sur de Lawrence, el gas está apagado. No prende el gas usted mismo. Aunque si fue usted que lo pagó, no lo prenda usted mismo. Es un proceso que tiene que venir la compañía de gas, técnicos tienen que ir casa por casa a prender el gas. Porque tú lo pagaste, no puede decir que tú lo puedes regresar a prender. Y si tú encuentras que están apagado el gas, no lo prenda usted mismo, tenemos que esperar a un técnico del departamento de gas. Cuando regreses a tu casa, asegura que la seguridad de tu familia será primeramente en tu mente. Sin gas, no va a tener calificación o agua caliente, o no va a poder cocinar. En cualquier manera que tú deseas arreglar esas cosas, haga de una manera seguro y una manera sin peligro. Si vas a usar un grill afuera para cocinar, recuerda 10 pies de la casa, no lo puedes hacer en balcones o adentro de la casa. Otra vez, si vas a usar un grill de gas, un grill de carbón, no lo haga más cerca de 10 pies de la casa, y no lo hagan en balcones y no lo hagan adentro de su casa. Si van a usar extensiones para electricidad, úsenlo de una manera segura. No pongan demasiados aparatos enchuflados en una extensión. Siempre con aparatos grandes, como calificación eléctrica pequeña, como un abanico, un aire acondicionado. Siempre enchuflen eso directamente a la pared, porque ellos cogen demasiada energía y pueden alcanzar un fuego. Aseguren cuando lleguen directamente a chequear, a dar un examen a las alarmas de fuego, de humo y de carbón. Hagan eso primero, porque puede ser que si están eléctricamente, se usa la electricidad, que se quemaron cuando se fue la luz. Pero si también puede ser que no lo cambiaste la batería cuando era tiempo. Pero es bien importante que aseguren que examinen las alarmas de fuego y de carbón. Siempre recuérdense, si cuando lleguen a su casa huelen gas, no entren en su casa y llamen 911. Si tú llegas a tu casa y huele gas, no entres a tu casa y llamen 911. Hay un potencial que los aparatos, las estufas, el boiler va a estar dañado por el problema del gas. Si tú te des cuenta de eso, no trates de arreglarlo, no trates de enchuflarlo, llame 911 y llame 211 y darle esa información. Específicamente si encuentra que había un fuego en el boiler o en lugares donde tú no sabías que había un fuego antes, de una vez llame 911 para ellos responderle. Recuérdense, cuando regresen a su casa, que lo hagan de una manera segura y con la mejor seguridad de su familia en mente. Gracias.
Good morning. Bill Igley from Eversource Energy. I just want to first thank the governor, the state officials, MEMA, fire marshal, local fire departments, state police, local police, and all the leadership in the affected communities. This support and this network of outright focus on this effort has been incredible. As you heard, we've gotten through this phase one, was to ensure that we can allow folks to get back into their homes with assurances that the gas services are locked, the buildings are cleared, and as you heard, we're working towards restoring electric service with National Grid, which was terminated as a precaution across the area. And we'll be to a handful of those as we get into the morning and hopefully have that all done this morning. We will have a bevy of resources, both from all the 24 local companies that have come into the area to support us both on the gas and electric side, that'll still be in these communities this morning as folks go into the communities to answer any questions, address any issues. We don't want to bypass 911 or anything, but we will have a lot of folks out there answer questions and assure that folks have whatever they need as they get into their homes. Safety is absolutely paramount. Everything we've been doing after this horrific event is to ensure public safety. So if there is anything that is noticed that is unusual, 911, local fire department, please do not hesitate. We're there and everybody is there holistically to support that. As I mentioned early on, this is phase one. There is a road ahead of us that we are still mapping out, and we need to articulate that to you. And I would add that the industry collectively stands united. We're not done. Every resource, everything we need to continue this, to effectively get everything restored, is on the top of our list. And we are going to work with NTSB and all officials as an industry to learn what happened here to ensure it never happens again. Thank you.
Good morning. Recovery for the thousands of people who were impacted by last Thursday evening's events is a long-term process. Even as people return to their homes today, we know that many people will have unmet needs, and we are committed across all levels of government, the private sector and the nonprofit sector, to meet the needs of the people that have been impacted by this event. So as you return home, please do not hesitate to reach out to us for help in meeting your unmet needs. Primary way of doing that by telephone is calling 211. Call 211 and you will be connected through this 211 system with the appropriate service providers. And again, I reiterate, this is a long-term process, and we collectively are here for the long term. This afternoon you've heard from, starting at 1 o'clock, a Recovery Resource Center will stand up at the Arlington School on Arlington Street here in Lawrence. The Recovery Resource Center will be staffed by government, private sector, nonprofit service providers and organizations that will help meet the immediate and longer-term needs of people impacted by the event. If you have needs such as needing emergency food and cash assistance, if you need clothing or personal care supplies, if you need prescriptions rewritten or filled, if you need a duplicate driver's license because yours was destroyed, or if you are in need of housing assistance or help locating new housing, or any other needs, please avail yourself of these services and come to the Recovery Resource Center. Again, Arlington School on Arlington Street, starting at 1 o'clock. We will operate through the day today and be back tomorrow morning if necessary, and we will stay at this as long as necessary to meet the needs. And finally, the mayor mentioned that as thousands of people return to their homes, we know that there are a number of people who either do not have homes to return to because they were destroyed, or when they get back to their homes are going to find that they still need repairs and they will not be able to stay in their homes. You've heard that the city is committed to operating a shelter service for as long as necessary. Thank you.
I just want to say a couple things. All this effort that we're doing in the recovery, if you are a person who's undocumented and living in our community, you are welcome at these centers. There will not be any impact. Frankly, if any federal official comes and tries to intervene, I will do everything in my power to ensure that they not get close to those centers to make sure that people feel safe. So, si tú eres una persona en la comunidad que está, un inmigrante que no tiene documentos, tú también estás bienvenido en esos locales. Tú puedes venir, buscar los recursos que necesitas, usted y su familia están protegidos por nosotros. Y realmente si yo encuentro que hay agentes federales involucrándose en esos lugares, yo voy a hacer todo lo posible para sacarlo de ahí, porque este es un proceso para ayudar a la comunidad y no para aprovechar para hacer una cosa fea. So, si tú no estás en nuestra comunidad y no tienes documentos, no te apures que tú vayas a un lugar y vas a estar arrestado o cosas así por un agente federal de ICE o de inmigración. Usted viene, si tiene necesidad con cualquier cosa, con comida, con dinero, usted también está bienvenido en estos locales. Gracias.
Questions? Okay, we'll probably see you guys later today. Thank you.
Thanks.